Oof. Hi, everybody. I'm back. I lived. We're also in Minecraft. Because the song is playing. Yippee! Also, the sheep. Which I'm kind of curious if it went through. But yeah. Hi, Ox. Hi, T-Maz. First pizza ordered from Domino's.ca is in the books. Ooh, very exciting. What did you get? Also, yeah, hey, T-Maz, Canadian pizza made with real Canadian bacon. And yeah, the sheep is here. He's been here. He will continue to be here for a while, I assume. And actually, T-Maz, here they have a topping called Brooklyn pepperoni, and that's what I ordered. I'm very curious what Brooklyn pepperoni is. Okay, actually, I can turn the music back on now. Aha! Welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you. Been a little bit since I got to stream, but we're here. Canadian bacon is not Canadian, and while it does exist here, it isn't called Canadian bacon, lol. Yeah, I figured. Not the Canadian bacons. I keep trying to convince Nim, though, that there is Canadian cheese down here. So we're slowly gaslighting on that one. It's a ruse to keep all the Canadian bacon in Canadian. Yeah, so how's everybody been, though? Today, we're going to be building over here in this area. We're finally going to be working on this part of the base. It's going to be very exciting. Hey, Nim, you're learning. You're going to ace the test. Hello, Nim. Did you get some of the Canadian cheese slices while you were out here? That's unfortunate. Oh god, the pit. I forgot there's a hole there. Why is there a hole there? That's a full block on both sides of that, is it not? Yes, there is no reason for this hole to exist. Interesting, we gotta fill that in. Did not, heck. We even went shopping for cheese slices. Oh, that's tragic. How was the travel back home, Nim? Hopefully nice and easy. It was an experience. Surely one thing of stone would fill this gap, right? My memory is barely existent. Oh no. An experience, but I hope it wasn't too bad of an experience and that you made it home fine. Whee! Into the hole we go. Start by patching this, because I don't know why it's here. Yeah, that does nothing out there. Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep. We're gonna fall out eventually here. That's okay. I also hope that you had a good time while you're out here, Nim. Back up we go. Wink. Yeah, so we're going to be working on this part of the base. We're going to make some changes. We're going to finally do some stuff over here. It's going to be exciting. First, we're going to set up the space we want to work in. Mostly we're going to turn it into a bit of a blank canvas. All right, was an experience. Got dropped off early at 8 a.m. because only at work. Then noon flight, layover in Chicago for a couple hours. Small delay, barely caught the last train to the main station. We barely missed the last train there, so I had to cab home. Ah, rip. At least it sounds like you made it home safe, though, which is what counts. Ding, ding, ding. Let's go. Yeah, safe, no extra issues other than time and cost. Yeah, which is unfortunate. Bonk, bonk, bonk. So, we're going to finalize a little bit of stuff over here. We're going to design, or decide the shape of this area, amongst other things. As it is currently just ended for a long time. Finally going to do a little bit different stuff over here. It's going to be very exciting. I don't know. For most of you, this part of my base has just been stagnant the whole time that I think you've like known and seen my base. So a few of you, mostly the other Realm of the Mad Duck server members who have actually like watched my base get built, have seen this area like go from nothing to something. Bonk. Huh. Oh, there's another chicken in here. The wandering chicken is down in this area. Good to know. All right, let's go ahead and fill a bit of this in. Yeah, hopefully the last couple weeks have been good for everybody, though. I've been a little busy, hence why I missed a few streams there. If anyone has been up to anything cool, though, like I said, love to hear about it. I had some friends in town, then I was helping another friend move. It was just a bit of a chaotic time. And so that really messed up a bit of my stream schedule. That's where I've been. But we're back. And like I mentioned in the title, we are at the very exciting 12-year anniversary, apparently, of Realm of the Mad Duck, which is very exciting. I have only been playing for like 2 years. Lots of things doing. Yeah, Nim, definitely. But yeah. So here. I'd have a stone cutter in here, I bet. I bet. That would be cool if I did. But maybe I do not. Maybe I've pulled all the stone cutters out temporarily. I'm using them somewhere. Interesting. Apparently my internet can be activated tonight. Ooh yeah, wee! What does that mean for you Ox out there? Like, do they just, like, hit a switch somewhere? Because I actually don't really know how your new places, is it in a complex and they just have to, like, turn it on somewhere and it comes out of your wall? And you just hook up to, like, the stuff coming out of the wall, or some... I assume nobody has to come install it. I don't know where we would have put stone cutters. But yippee! Hopefully you get better internet there than you did over here. With your fake not real house. Are there any stone cutters in here? There's one stone cutter in there. Cool. Good enough. Yeah, I went to Canada Computers and Electronics to get a cable, modem, and it's a cool store with a lot of stuff you can buy, but the employee truly did not know what a cable modem was. I said it's for the internet, thinking he hadn't heard me right, and he showed me Wi-Fi cards and said, you can use any of those. That's pretty funny. Pretty good. All right, we're gonna throw in some of these to fill up these spaces, just because I don't want them blank for right now. Love Canada Computers, but the staff is all hired as sales, not actual computer nodes. Very tragic for them. Well, it's still cable at my address. I haven't managed to luck into a fiber location yet, but it's upgraded cable. Decent upload at least. Gotcha. Not the lack of fiber internet. Do you have fiber internet, Nim? Are you in the cool fiber gang? Don't have it. I'm not sure if our neighborhood has the cables. Ah, gotcha. Me when I take the cables for granted. There's only one company that really does it here, though. What is the company called, out of curiosity? We're gonna fall into a pit if I run that way. Ooh, I know. Ooh, what is it, Hawks? Bell Canada, not Bell. Do we know if Bell Canada is the spinoff of what would have been for us over here? Our spinoff was Pacific Bell. Did Canada get Bell Canada in the breakup? Most other companies just piggyback on those two's lines, and it's pretty delayed at new competitors getting their own lines in. Ah, gotcha. Well, that doesn't sound super promising. Oh, I can't believe that was a perfect amount of blocks right there. And we got this hole back here. Where does this go now? Dead end, okay. All that Bell Canada will sell me at my address is 50 megabytes per second DSL for $75 a month. But in case that's too fast, they'll also sell me 15 megabyte DSL for $75 a month. What? Hello? What? That's crazy. Rogers has cable up to 2 gigabytes per second, but at exorbitant rates. What is an exorbitant rate? I fear. I've heard of people over here being stuck in the monopoly zones and having to pay like $200 a month. And I'm curious if that is the exorbitant rate, or if we've more exorbitanted. Yeah, Bell is overpriced with horrible service. I went with Dialogue and will be paying $90 a month for 1,200. It's cool. That does indeed seem like a reasonable amount. Let's go. They may be reselling Rogers, but Rogers would charge like $135 for the same thing. Bell is overpriced with horrible service. So what do you have, Nim? You have Bell, Rogers, or some other Bell Rogers reseller? We had so many issues with them at our old house. The neighborhood had a horrible bottleneck for everyone's service. It would just crash everything, and they refused to fix it. That sounds bad. Not to say our ISPs over here are any good, but not gonna lie, I didn't realize he's had it so bad in Canada. We have Virgin, I think. They run off Rogers lines. Gotcha. Yeah, that all sounds a little unfortunate. Not gonna lie. Ding, 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 ding. All right, we're only going to do a little bit of clearing this area here. I don't have to do a ton, I think. Wink. Prices are pretty hell here because of the basic monopoly split between Bell and Rogers and everyone having to use their infrastructure. Yep. Sounds bad. We have a relatively split monopolies out here, but for the most part, where I live, you're basically going to be paying, like, in theory, like, I pay $49. I pay $49.99 for 1,000. I've genuinely considered getting my own personal internet IDK if it's really worth it, though. Gotcha. Oh, that's what that is. What's up, dude? What you got? Any good blocks in here? To get that sweet fiber ping. Yeah. We got anything good? I really want to deal with this right now. Mini barrel's kind of fun. We got mini lit redstone lamp. Old block. Jungle planks. I do want barrel. Not gonna lie. Jukebox is kind of funny too. Do we think that I possibly have any barrels lying around? I don't think I have any jukeboxes lying around. Those have a diamond in them. I'm wrong about that. I think we have 300 on our current plan, which is good enough. Better than we used to have like 50 on a good day. Yep, that sounds bad. Yeah, we do have a barrel lying around. That's good. What's in a jukebox? Yep, is one diamond in the center of that thing. That's annoying. I gotta use one of my very precious, very few diamonds for this. Because I don't own a lot of diamonds, friends. Very unfortunate reality of my base here and my existence is I am very diamond poor. Should play cat. I mean, we can play cat. What was I looking for? Oh. What's in a redstone lamp? Oh, it's 4 redstone and a glowstone. Interesting. Okay. Wouldn't have necessarily guessed that one. What are you spending all those diamonds on? I don't have, like, any diamonds. Nim, the problem is not that I've spent all my diamonds, it's that I've had basically no diamonds in the first place. Alright, dickhead, sure. Oh, I forgot I needed the emeralds. My bad. Be right back. The only diamonds I really have, Nim, are... ostensibly, these diamonds are shop profits. I think those are mine. And these diamonds right here are diamonds that I've looted. That's a diamond block too. So diamonds here, diamond there, and then the like 2 stacks of shop profit diamonds. And these are the only diamonds I own in this base. I'm curious what you're gonna say here, Nim. Eve, please. What are we on about? Why are we Eve pleasing me here? There we go. Barrel. Lamp. I think I really care about like any of these other ones right now, so. Mini chiseled stone, actually. You have all plans for all those ores then? I don't own any ores, Nim. There are ores in my base. I do not own any ore. I see what you're saying. You're talking about this large pile of ore. But I have unfortunate news for you, Nim. None of that is mine. Hooray, pizza! Let's go! So, unfortunately, those diamonds cannot really be used for anything. They are here. Why in base if not your? Because stipulation of my contract, any diamond I mine in this base is immediately requisitioned to Ox. It's in my contract, you see. I forgot I was gonna grab that thing. But there is no legal claim, I think, yet to shop profits and diamonds I find on adventuring. I think those are the two that have made it through. So I have like a sum total of like 3 stacks of diamonds. Later. Hold on. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. My, grandma's TV remote ran out of batteries. And so she couldn't turn off the TV. And I had to go find batteries for it. But the problem has been solved. Yippee! Hey, Alexa, could you look? I joked. You want to join this server and mine diamonds to spend at my shop. So I finally make a profit. And like 3 years later, she's still here. Yep, and that's that story. So the moral of the story, Nim, is that I'm still mining diamonds for rocks. I'm making all that noise. So why does he only have one llama? They normally come with 2 llamas. Canadian Pizza Night picks in the Discord. Let's go. Let's go check out the pizza. I want to see. Ooh, that's a weird looking pizza. What am I looking at? Why he look like that? One second. Let me drag some images around. All right, here we go. We're on the desktop. It's pizza! Let's go! I can see that he is a handmade pan pizza. But just, what are these pepperonis? They're very funny. I'm very entertained by Brooklyn pepperonis. Which is what I'm assuming these things are. Hysterical. Brooklyn pepperoni has a nice, bold flavor. That's fun. I actually really love that extra fluffy kind of pizza. That's good, Nim. Did you get any pizza while you were out here? Actually, out of curiosity? Or is that a no because you're not staying with a pizza person? I got Caesars one day because it was easy. Aw, let's go, Little Caesars, baby. Wow, we can really zoom in on that. What can we learn? This guy sure does look like one of these pizzas. That French toast looks terrible. It does, Vex. I would not make French toast out of this. I would like some pizza, though. Maybe I will get some pizza later. How you doing, Vex? How's your evening going? I was actually so mad because they give you 2 less stuffed crazy bread in the US for almost more money. That doesn't surprise me. All right, anyway, we got this picture, and then we got this picture, which is what I would say are Parmesan bread bites. I'm in an arena game, but I will observe the stream for a bit once I'm out. Just wanted to make that joke while I was lurking. It's pretty good. Very funny to me that the equivalent of Little Caesars in Canada is literally called Pizza Pizza. It's pretty good. Anyway, like I said, these look like Parmesan bread bites. These guys, I'm a little less sure, because these have powdered sugar on them. And so I don't know if they're cinnamon too, or if they are just powdered sugar bread bites. So this pizza box is Coca-Cola on the side? That's kind of random. Hawks, we have Caesars in Canada, XD. Yeah, that looks good, Ox. I hope it's enjoyable. They are Cinnabites. Okay, they just put powdered sugar on the Cinnabites. You get a dipping sauce with those, out of curiosity. Anyway, also, here's the desktop background for today. I almost like this desktop background, except that I can see this tiny little sign right here. Icing like in the US. That's cool. Yeah, this tiny sign ruins this picture for me, not gonna lie. Spotted. Alright, let's go back to Minecraft. Yippee! Whoops, put that in the wrong place. Anyway, for the moment, we're just gonna brick this hole up. Llama included, apparently, because... Does the llama despawn with the trader? When he, like... Surely the llama despawns with the trader if it's still attached to him, right? I don't really know what the wandering trader rules are. Huh? Anyway, llama contained. What do you usually get on pizza, Nim? And basically same question for anyone else. What are our pizza toppings of choice here? I am a consumer of meat. Ooh, le meats. All right, I got that up. Then here, let's clear these boxes. And put them all over here. Yay! All right. So I think one thing we're gonna do is I think we're gonna finally decide what shape this end should be here. And I'm kind of curious if we should round it with another rounded section like this, and then just close it off into the wall here, or if we should do one tier, then out, then another tier. We could do a diagonal. We could just end it here, actually. We could just... I think if we were going to just end it, we would round it. Like we did here. I think we're going to start with that idea. But I don't know if I should round it. I think we'll round it there. Let's get these guys back. What did we do for this one? It goes 2 out and 1, 2. That's 3 in the center. Okay. Very exciting. Then it'd basically be like that. Now let's fill this in. Kind of see how we like this shape. I think we gotta look at it from above, really. Hmm. I think it's good enough for now. We're gonna go with this. Nice, we actually made it all the way over. That's fun. I think we're gonna do another inner curve on the very end, but we just need to fill the space first. These are normal here. Not that that matters, but like, might as well stay consistent. But the plan for today is to try to build a little something special for the 12th anniversary of the Realm of the Mad Duck. And my goal is to build like a little monument thing. But so I decided that I needed to finally decide what I was doing with this area. This part of my base was expanded to a long time ago, but I didn't really have a good idea what I was doing out here. I didn't know if this path was just going to continue out for a long time. That was before I dug most of this area out. So now I'm pretty confident we're going to end it kind of in this area. I'm going to do like another turn out here somewhere where we do the inverse version of this here. We're going to do it farther in, and then we're going to bridge that section out to like this pillar here. So I think we'll like pick like here, for example. And then we'll build out center bit, which looks, I want to say, that. This one's not supposed to be there. Yeah, okay. We did it like that. And on this one is a relatively short jump in, but here it's going to be farther because we want to hit in this pillar somewhere. This stuff doesn't matter right now because we're not going to fill this area in yet. But I do just want to put in the layout so we can kind of eyeball it and see how I like it. Really what this is for. It's been a while since we've expanded the footprint of the base out this way. Which is very exciting. Okay. Kind of seeing the vision, at least a little bit. So, I think we're gonna have this. We're gonna look how this looks. I think I'd like to have it turn inward, but I don't know how that's gonna... If the right option is to do it that way. What's the gap between the next one? It's 3. Then I'm thinking we put what we're going to build right there. But I don't know if we need a new design for the corner. I think we might. We'll see how it looks totally when we adjust the which is 3 and 3 on each side. Who knows if this will look any good, but we're going to try it. And the story of my base. Mostly me trying things and having no idea if they'll look any good. But we do it anyway. At some point, the base simply needs to expand. There's some level to which, like, sheer scale is a virtue. I don't know if anybody would agree. Anybody else would agree with me on that? But I have always wanted a larger base. Has always been one of my goals here. Because I think it's really cool, honestly. Whoops. Good job, stairs. Totally doing what I wanted you to do. But I am a relatively late comer to Realm of the Mad Duck. The server has been around for quite a long time. 12 years. And I am probably the newest active player. Hey, what's up, X? Big base best. Yeah. I am the newest of the active players. And to be fair, we never get new active players, lol. Yeah. Very few qualify as cool enough. Yeah, so... But I was really impressed when I joined the server with a lot of the bases that already existed on the server, and I wanted to build a base that kind of did justice to the surrounding... the quality of the other bases, really. Whoops, that was one too far. So I didn't really think that I was going to be a very good builder. So I settled on making a large base. And that's kind of where we're at now. Do I care for this? Yes or no? Not incredibly. But I'm not sure how I would fix this problem. Eve really said quantity over quality, and then ended up with quality too. Well, I'm glad. I think that box. Okay. I think... I would not describe this as the sanest option, but I think it is the option we have to go with here if we commit to this path like this. I don't really see that we have many other options. So my problem here is that this corner is going to have to line up with this block. And I can't bring the path in one, so I actually have to move the corner over one. Based on the geography of what we've got going on here, unfortunately. Thoughts and feelings, friends? Do we agree? This corner should line up with that corner. How do we feel about that? I feel like that just makes sense. Why can't we move the road in one? Gotta line up with something. So the problem is right here, Vex, the staircase portion. So here on the top side, the lights are 2 blocks away from the stair. And down at the bottom, they're 2 blocks away from the stair. And so I can't really scrunch this in without really changing. So either I'd really have to change the staircase side, or I really gotta well, and it seems much easier to just change this by a little bit. This frankly seems like the more minor change. Is to just come over here and to go that. These guys here. And then just move everything out by one. Oh, we need one more here. And I think that does, or that just requires less work overall. But I think we're going to go with that. He's only partially oxidized over here. What's that about? Did I wax those? What? They are. Oh. See. Okay. Anyway. Oh god. Oh, I did pick up the lantern. I was like, where did it go? Neat. So that puts this here, here, there. There. I think. Yeah, I think that's good enough. No, we have 2 extras. Where did I pick up 2 extras? They here? Oh, that doesn't look right. They one farther away? Might have been. Yeah. That seems more correct. But yeah. Oog. Yep. I think that looks better. One there. I believe we have one here. I don't think we had one in the center there, actually. We have one leftover lantern. I think we had it here. And here. I think it really matters. I think those will be the new locations. Alright. Apparently I gotta unwax part of that. Or I gotta wax that. Because it's currently unwaxed. Like the copper bars for the fencing. I'm glad, Vex. Thought they were cool. Right. So the thing we actually want to build today, I'm gonna go like right here. Very exciting for us. Basically in this pit. So have you been up to anything cool lately, Vex? Or just kind of same old, same old? Much as I hate needing 37 MIS slices to hold all the copper variants now, I think they look really good in your base. That's fun, I'm glad. Oh, let me... So I didn't get to show you the specs. We haven't really talked, but guess what I've been cursed with? As you may have... It is John Pike. It is John Pike. So you remember how I opened the signature Pike? Well, you can kind of see this version is not the signed version. Actually. Signed by John Drawing Pike. No, this one is not signed. I have been cursed with Pikes because I opened a second over number Pike. I opened the signed one, I sold the signed one, and then I opened a regular one, and now I still have an over number Pike, despite not really wanting one. So I'm cursed. Whoa, yeah. Damn, I don't know if you've seen that. Hard to show for the camera here. See if I can. Yeah, and so that's how I feel, Vex. Gotta play Pike, I guess. It is very shiny. I have it in a matte sleeve for playing. But like, truly look at how shiny that thing is. It is a texture that I don't think I could possibly show you guys. So I don't think there's a way for me to capture. No, maybe right there. Actually, you can kind of see it. Can you see on the top corner of the card in the white area that bit of textured shininess to it? Is my camera bigger on the desktop? Hold on. Let's go to desktop. No, it's not bigger, but we can make it bigger. The camera we mess around with more often than not. Okay, anyway, let's see if I can get that again. Hard to show these things off at all. But the card has a lot of like oil texturing. And I don't know how to show it. There, I think you can kind of see it on the top. But it's an incredibly shiny card, which I will actually be playing this weekend, Vex, in a like actual tournament. I am mildly upsetty spaghetti about. But I opened this card on last Saturday, and I was just like, fine. I will enter the tournament coming up this weekend, and I will play Pike. So anyway, I'm playing at a tournament on Saturday, and I'm playing Pike. I am accursed. It's a wretched time here. I just want you all to know that. So I think we're going to get rid of this fountain. I don't think I've ever really liked it. not a thing we're gonna do today. We're gonna work over on this stuff. But, as for me, I have just been doing the shitty AI schoolwork and also playing Barotrauma. What is that? What is Barotrauma? So we're going over here to the creative. Sorry for all your shitty AI classwork, though. That blows. Don't know how to describe Barotrauma in a way that makes it make sense. If you hate underwater horror, you'll love this game. What if I love underwater horror? Then you'll really love this game. Very exciting. What do I do? Right. Oops, I don't need 64 of these. But I do need some of them. We're gonna work basic shape first. Or we worry too much about detailing. Oh yuck. Sad face. Do you not like underwater horror, Nim? Pilot a submarine on an alien planet, try not to die. Okay. Very exciting. Do you play with friends, or it's a single player? And maybe join a clown cult if you're down with that kind of thing? Well, I can't imagine you refusing to join a clown cult, Vex, so... If you tell me you didn't join the clown cult, I'll be pretty surprised. You don't like any horror, Nim? Got it. Okay, so we're gonna have a problem. And that is that I had originally envisioned this thing as being a 2x2, but my base does not really allow for 2x2 design. Okay, Clown Cult does sound very appealing. They worship the Honk Mother. I wish I could find a Honk Mother. Actually insane sounding sentence, by the way. Yeah, this is gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem in that the fact that my base is designed in measurements of 3s. Which I think immediately forces us to make it a 3x3 pillar and not a 2. Which I'm not in love with. It's better with friends, but none of my friends want to actually put effort into it, lol, so I've been playing with bots and it's honestly been more fun. Interesting. I'm glad you're having fun. Not the honk mommy. That's a slightly cursed statement, by the way. Alright, we'll build a second one. We'll make it 3. Not the ooh-woo cursed. Cursed content from Nim there. Ooh-oh, oh is a clown nose. It's funny. Problem is, to do a 3, it innately needs to be taller to look correctly balanced. Oops. Yeah, not the clown nose. So what's the deal with the clown cult? X. And I guess also, what's trying to kill you on this alien planet, your submarine? See, I think the smaller one just looks better, doesn't it? What do we think, gang? Aliens, shockingly, I figured. What are the aliens like? So, are we locked in perpetual night? Eldritch horrors from the abyss, also occasionally other people. Reasonable. Wait. So none of our time presets are on. But the moon isn't moving. We do seem to be locked in a perpetual night. And I'm not entirely sure why. This, I don't think, works. I think we honestly have a pillar design like this somewhere in the base. Now we're just evoking pillars. We could if we had diorite wall, actually. Which is not a real thing, unfortunate for us. Whoops. It's an interesting idea. I don't think it's a good one. I think it's an interesting one. I think it would have to be that. No, but that would require us to kill this side. Which is even stranger. We drop it down one. That causes even more of a problem on this side. I think it's interesting. It cuts actually a kind of interesting silhouette. I think that this would need to be taller again. All right. I assume, since this is the creative server, that perhaps someone has simply turned it to nighttime and forgotten about that. By someone, I probably mean Senior Joseph Rooks has probably turned us to perpetual night, and now we live here, frozen in the darkness. Yeah, I think that doing an asymmetrical design could actually be kind of interesting. I don't know how many asymmetry enjoyers I've got here. Or if we're a bunch of symmetrical people. Well, are you saying it's perpetual night on the creative server? It does seem to be perpetual night on the creative server right now, Ox. I don't know if that's like a thing that you can do. But we do seem to be stuck in an eternal night. It's kind of interesting. Slash game rule do daylight cycle true. Okay. Slash game rule do, or is it all one word? or just slash set whatever to make it eternal something else. Ender pearls vanish on death. Oh, they changed them. Would we just tell it to advance time? Or is that going to tell me to, like, do advance time a specific amount of time? If I do that one, what does that do? Game rule advance time is currently set to false. Okay, so slash game rule advance time true. Then we can go over here and we can turn this off. And the moon is moving again! Hooray! Yippee! Time is advancing. Okay, this one I don't really want to move up, so we're actually going to move this down. Yeah, how's the pizza? Ox, I hope it's good. And yeah, I don't really want to be stuck at any one given time because I actually want to be able to see what this would look like at different times of day. Really, what's happening here? I guess here, if we did it 3, we can do that way, which is kind of interesting. We can do one this way. We really only have the 2 options for pattern. Take that. Or it's just the solid. This one's more interesting, honestly. Which I think we knew was going to be the case, but... Alright. If you're here, Ox, while I have you... What shape do you prefer on the calcite sections? Pretend they're the same, but the base is at the same height. Suppose we can lower this one to make them at the same height. That's a thing we can actually do here. We don't need that 4-bit. One second. 1 second. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Now they're just at the same height. Though, again, we can chop the top off. Is it supposed to have that staircase bit? It kind of is. If we do... So the problem is the original is to make it this way. So like the truly one-to-one version of this is this way. But I kind of really hate that. Not gonna lie. It's too big. But unfortunately, based on the size, a 2x2 doesn't work here. Unfortunately, my base works in 3s. And so, as much as I like, not entirely sure what it is for though. Oh, basically I'm trying to design my own little monument thing. So like we can't, this was the original idea for size and shape, but it just doesn't work. Because the base can't do, it doesn't work. My base doesn't allow for 2s. The 3 is too heavy. And so I need to cut this away in a sort of interesting pattern. And I honestly thought that was kind of cool, doing it that way. Making it a carved block of some kind. We could do what would be kind of interesting. I don't know how this will work. So we could do this section being made out of these guys. I don't think really works, but it's kind of interesting. We could have them be a second material, though. I think this would require us to do like a whole base section of it being this other material to even attempt to make this work. It'd have to be like 2 segments that were meshing together into 1 segment kind of deal. So there's maybe a design for that. But I don't know if it's worth trying to find. I think somewhere in the base I would like to design one of these is actually just going to be these polished diorites like this. And then maybe capped like that. No, too big. I think what that one would require would be have to be capped, but it'd have to be capped with like itself. Oops. See, that doesn't work either. Reads too much like a hat. There's not really a good way to create like a slight like top edge, is there? Because anything that we do is not going to like pop out of the shape. We couldn't, blah. We can retract, so like we could do with the walls, we can make it smaller. And then we can do like the slabs. I think that sort of accomplishes, yeah, that accomplishes the right look. But then our problem is that if I did, we don't have this for diorite. We don't have walls. We don't have the correct walls, which is very tragic for us. Please, Mojang, I beg of you. Hmm. Hmm. Difficult. We're working on something, but don't know we can make it good. It's like, I'd like to do something particularly interesting, but like here's one of the struggles with this kind of project. Let's block that. Is that I don't know. I don't know if many of us try to do this where you try to make some there's like I would like to make something that is kind of iconically simple is part of the problem here. I would like this design to be cool looking, but also not incredibly complex. And that presents a lot of challenge because it's really hard to I think it's easy to add detail. It is hard to strip away detail, but keep it visually like interesting. And I don't know how many people really try to do that. I feel like much of Minecraft is people like detailing things very thoroughly. And I'm not saying that that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that it makes what I'm hoping to accomplish here kind of difficult because it's just not the easiest thing in the world. You try to come up with a design that really captures what I'm trying to go for here. See, like even here, we're getting kind of shafted by the alternating nature of bricks. It's actually quite interesting. Tiles might be better at what I'm trying to do here, but then I don't know if I love tiles for this. That looks strange. Those guys are always kind of a fuck up. My opinion. We could do copper. We've already established that brick doesn't work. Do bulb. That could be interesting. That's kind of interesting looking. That works. Just copper now. Yeah, I kind of wish that bricks could do that, but they don't. So we'd have to go with tiles. It's not necessarily a bad idea. Yeah, I think I want to keep it a darker color. I don't think I like the copper. It's too bright for what I want. The base is meant to be interesting looking, but not the main highlight of what we're doing here. And see, I don't know how well this thing even translates. I don't know if it's really accomplishing, but I would hope to here, because it's going to be such a simple design. And frankly, I don't know what people are going to think of that. Not going to have this fence. I frankly think that that's ugly. Takes a lot of punches. Oh, this is going to be awkward, but sure. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how much people really value like trying to capture a simple elegance in Minecraft, I guess. Minecraft is an interesting time because I feel like a lot of people really value these like really ornate, detailed builds. And I can't blame them for that. I don't think that that's a wrong take to have. But I think it creates this interesting, I don't know, interesting dynamic where a lot of Minecraft is people trying to build these huge, or incredibly detailed things, and I just think sometimes there is a lot of value in just trying to I guess think about how you can build something with these like more simple shapes and what that really does for the look of a build. Again, not saying that any of that is better or worse, because I have a lot of very detailed, elaborate sections of my base. See, I already think this maybe is too much for what I want here. I do want to see it through and try it out, but also, why did I accidentally make that one bigger? But yeah, I don't know if anyone's even going to particularly agree with me on that. This might just be one of the, like, truly weird Eve brain things. I mean, obviously, like, super detailed Minecraft builds are popular for a reason. Okay. I actually think that this is maybe something, so let's do another. Yeah, my base is very, very personal to me, and so you really are going to get a lot of Eve tries to make things that appeal to Eve. It's a lot of what you get here. It's an adventure, I know. So now I think that this part is actually too much. So we're going to remove the stair dip here. I think it's visually interesting, but it's making it too busy in a way that I don't care for. So we're going to try this way. We're going to expand it out one. So, do I really like what that's doing? Making it one taller. I suppose part of what I have to do here is I have to build this out further to give us more of a what does the correct level look like for this. We'll be seeing it from this level. I think it's too tall now. Bear with me as we just chew it apart. See if we simplify again. Now, there's going to be a lot of repeated work in and back and forth here. It is a lot of how I work on stuff, honestly. Just trying things, seeing what I think of them. I don't know. I assume that's what a lot of people... I just assume that that's the way we're all doing this. Okay. Let's get bricks now. Stair. Brick slab. Yes, I'm kind of curious. It'll look better if I do brick. Like so. And then we would change these. Brick. so... Maybe actually that could be interesting. So my new thing I want to check out is what happens if I do this. I put this bit of floor detailing. It'd be kind of annoying to do. I know there's better ways to do this, but... Alas, here we are. Still here, just trying to get internet to work. No problem, Mox. What are you trying to set up? Out of curiosity. Just getting the modem all hooked up. I'm assuming that despite the employee not knowing what a modem was, you were able to get a modem from this electronics store you went to. Surely you ultimately got the thing you were looking for. Okay, so what I'm thinking is, wonder if it would be cool to do the recessed bit that I was thinking of, just pushing it down by one, or it's sucking it in by one. That's what I'm saying here. Doing it underneath the base. And then having, so that would require this one to be solid. That one's solid. Not like that. That like that. And then that one, that one, that one, and that one. Had a lady in a Dollar General ask me what a flash drive was when I asked for one, lol. They had them behind the counter for some reason, which is crazy to me. That is pretty strange. What were you trying to buy a flash drive for? It's been a while since I've bought one. Nope, this looks way worse. By the way. Let's undo that. That was a terrible idea. Why'd they let me do that? Needed one to update my BIOS. Gotcha. And yes, I got a modem, now just trying to get it to connect. Gotcha. Well, good luck. Hmm. No, I don't think that looks good. Back when I bought my new CPU just to find out that Intel sucked. Smiley face. Not Intel. Top 10 Intel betrayals. I think that just looks worse. think that design... I think it really works for what I want it to do. Don't think I've managed to improve this with any of my attempts and changes. I think they've all done, like, they've all definitely done stuff for it, but not the stuff that I want, unfortunately. No, and if we do something in the ground here, it has to be, I think, uniform. I don't think I can do a design pattern. I think it has to just be something like this, where we circle it like that, perhaps. It's just something to create a little bit of visual break, but not a lot of visual break. Because I think we are going to do something in the floor with this design. Like I said, I think this thing is kind of difficult because it's really, I think, difficult in Minecraft to commit to keeping something relatively simple. Not over design. I don't know if that could be interesting because no, but I don't think, I think that would work better if the material we were putting on top wasn't matching. We could try some other dark material here. What are the darkest blocks? It's like coal blocks, aren't they? These guys are pretty crazy looking. They are truly too dark, which is quite impressive. We could do the cobbles, actually. It'd be an interesting look. Cobble might not be bad, actually. I think it would have to be the other one. Regular, not cobbled. Oh, whoops. Not this shit-ass directional block. Pain in my ass. No. I think the problem there is it's too... I think it can't be another natural texture block inside. It has to be one of the, air quote, man-made looking blocks. Don't want it to be a super bright block. Could be these guys. What a nightmare that would be. I think it works, but actual horror to build with these. Send me back to the daytime. Yeah, that would be a chat. Don't hate it though, frankly. The tone is a little odd. I really don't think we should commit to doing this, but it's funny. Salt. No. It's the right tone, but salt. I don't think it looks right. Another pain in the ass directional block. This again, I just don't think we can justify any natural looking block in here. I don't think it works. Could do that. That's, I think, too much detail again. Well, maybe not. Hmm. Oops. It's interesting. And I just don't think it's right. I think it's a cool shape. Something's wrong. It sure seems like it requires a tech visit. Oh no, Ox. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I think we're just not going to come up with something that's better. Not, again, not for what I want here. Can you really just not get it to connect? And then that's... Or have you made any progress, but like something's still fucking up somewhere? This actually seems like maybe a place where we could do cut coppers. Doesn't seem to be getting any signal at all. Gotcha. See, this is just too much. Interesting. Maybe it's not too much. Maybe it is actually. Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that though, Ox. Are you going to keep trying today, or do you think you're just going to call it for now? Okay. Next thing, do you want to play with the height? Do we think that that looks any better? No, I think it actually looks worse. I think the height is correct. Mm-hmm. There's not really a good way to do like channels in the way that I'm gonna be happy with, is there? These guys are going to attach to anything. What does it look like when we do this, out of curiosity? Oh, wait, I got this. I think I know how to do this. Wait. Chat, am I a genius, actually? What will this do? Okay. So, if I go like that, those will attach. But if I go like this, they won't. What will walking over this be like? The next question. I think we'll be able to walk over this just fine. Pain in my ass, though it is. I wonder if this will accomplish what I want it to. We're doing a thing. Fence. Yeah, this might get us somewhere. It's gonna be a giga pain in the ass, but we're getting somewhere. This is doing a thing. Whoops. Yeah, I think we're gonna be able to send it. All right. So actually, we didn't really need that. Munch, 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 munch. We're pretty close. Actually, we gotta check. What was the size of the footprint of this thing? So the center pillar is 3x3. But it's actually 2 wider than 3x3. So, in theory, we want to land... Actually, I think we want to land it like that. Yeah. So we need 4 blocks. Okay. So it's gonna go there, roughly. I think that looks all right. So, I think this design is actually... That's got to be less than 1 stack of calcites, right? We're up 2, just cause, but surely it can't be that many. Doing some quick counting. I think that's correct. Or maybe it's wrong. Who knows? It was wrong. Counting is hard, as you all know. Actually, that just might not be correct at all. No. Yeah, it's just not correct at all. Hilarious. So it's a solid block out there. The slab count is wrong. We need what? 1, 2, 8 more of them? I know what I'm doing, I promise. Rats. Will I end up with too many slabs? Probably. Oh, maybe not. We might end up with the right amount of slabs. Let's go. We have an even number, I think. Problem was going to be if we had an odd number of slabs required for this, but I think it's an even number. Let's go. we are gonna cross the ditch here. This is gonna be awkward. Luckily, we have a lot of these already built, so cool. Make more. Okay. Not the worst job I've ever done. Not the best. Certainly not the worst. Do we got the copper box? We do have the copper box. Neato. Okay. Now, surely 13 stairs is not enough stairs, but... absolutely not enough stairs, but... fuck it, we ball. Almost half the stairs we needed, actually. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 7 more stairs. Cool, cool. Hopper, we got it. Oh, rats. Alright, let's hop back over here. How many blocks up did it? Went 3 higher. Yep. One, 2, 3. All right. Now, we're kind of cursed. Here 1 support is satisfied that a reset didn't fix it. A ticket has apparently been opened. Gotcha. Do you have any idea, Ox, when you'll hear like anything? Hopefully tomorrow sometime. Gotcha. I hope so, then. Hey, Joe. You're just in time. We're making decent progress on this. Now we are only in the bane of how one lights an object. This. And I think I have an idea. But yeah, how you doing, Joe? Having mildly annoyed travel prep hours today. Understandable. I actually seem to have deleted this object. But not letting it put me in a bad mood. Well, I hope you get it sorted well. I know what you're plotting travel for, so I hope it goes well, because I know that that's going to be an adventure. Gathered from something you posted earlier in Acorn's Discord that you'll be driving. Good luck with the driving. Bought rails and a roof rack for my Jeep today. Rails are great. Roof rack was missing 14 screws, lol, so I had to return it to the store. Oh no, I thought missing screws. Well, that is annoying. In a way that I did not anticipate it being the problem. 14 screws can't be important. Sure. Definitely not important. Is that correct? Is that how I did that? Yep, that is how I did that. They were that important, they wouldn't need 14 of them. 14 less screws never killed anybody. Bought the last one there, so I have to get one at a different store tomorrow. Otherwise, they would have just given me the missing hardware. Gotcha. Thing they teach you in engineering ethics class. Oh god. Uh-oh, we broke the server again. Well, how do I refresh what we're doing here? Well, I've toggled the shaders on accidentally, which probably will actually do the thing I want it to do. Funny. Not quite what I was trying to accomplish. F3T. Got it. Like I said, it did accomplish what I wanted, which is not quite in the way that I think it was intended to do that. Toggling shaders might actually be faster than F3 plus D. Lamau. But yeah, I guess, welcome in, though, Joe. This will be your first look at it, but thoughts and feelings about my little monument build here. This has gone through much iteration in today. I've just been iterating on this thing all day. Part of the problem is that I was talking about this earlier, that it's hard to make relatively simple but eye-catching builds. I think Minecraft builders, I just think it's the vogue style of Minecraft building a lot to really detail stuff. You just make it really complicated and ornate. And I really wanted to build something that was a lot simpler. And just trying to make a simple but eye-catching object. And that's kind of hard to do a lot of times in Minecraft. There were a lot of versions of this. Oh god, I've fallen into the pit. Forgot about that. Forgot that was down there. Should have fixed that earlier when I buried the pit. But a lot of times people really go for these really ornate and detailed builds, and I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. I think those are very cool. But I really wanted to challenge myself to build something that was very simple. And we're going to be doing some interesting stuff here. I like simple little details that treat common things like they can be decorative. Yeah. Oh, we've dug into the next pit area. I want to, so we're going to be doing some interesting detailing here for this build, but it's going to be in the floor more than anything else. Which I think is, again, something that I like to do in my base that is maybe not as obvious or commonplace. Oops, we're one too close. That should be like that. Whoops, we're in the pit. The llama is long out of the pit, I guess. There was a llama that got buried in here. We just don't think about that. Were you still planning, Joe, to stream tomorrow for the Realm of the Mad Duck anniversary? I know it was on, like, the weekend or something. I want to say it was Saturday. This is still wrong, but I'm putting these in for now. I have to sort this problem later, because this is going to be a problem later. This'll... I was going to stream tomorrow. I won't have the time now because of my roof rack problems. Nah, tragic. I can't believe the roof rack did you dirty like that. Yeah, understandable. Have a nice day. I have to do it after I get back. Yeah, gotcha. Well, obviously, I hope you have safe travels. What day are you leaving? I assume then that you'd be leaving Friday morning? Okay. I'll just have to do it after I get back. And Graham is doing a walkathon IRL stream that I was planning on raiding into because I'm helping with that. Or are you planning to camp on the drive? Yeah, I hope you have a fun time, though. I was like, why does he need all this equipment for Airbnb living room camping? Pretty good. So we're really still in the proof of concept phase here with this. Gonna be the monument-esque portion of the build is basically done. That part's going to stay that way. I think I have some ideas for how I want to light it. I think I'm going to not borrow, but actually use an idea I had a while back. And I think you would have seen it, Ox, where I had a build on the creative server at one point that was a test of doing like a spiral hanging chain setup. But it was coming up off the ground. It was coming up from the floor. And I think I'm actually going to do one hanging down where, to match this staircase, I think I want to do chains that are hanging lanterns down, but they're going to go farther down on this side, and they're going to go higher up on this side, kind of mimicking the shape of the staircase portion of this build. Grab one of these, make some walls. Pain in my ass. Fucking walls. My life difficult, but here we are. Okay. Yeah, I'm finally going to give myself the drive down Highway 101 and Highway 1 that I've always wanted. Oh, that's fun. I drove up that way to Vancouver with my family many years ago. So I hope you enjoy it. I think it's a pretty cool drive. Though we did at one point get like totally giga blasted with bugs. It was very, very funny. Okay, so my idea here, I've wanted to do that since way before I moved out here, since like college. Oh, that's really cool then. All right, so this is proof of concept. This floor here. This is how I'm going to build channels. But I'm not going to just stick with this singular square. I'm actually going to design a pattern that perhaps weaves in. I don't know what the pattern's going to look like yet, but we're going to do a floor pattern here. And down in the channels, we're going to put in, probably on that row there, we'll put a light source block in there. And in the center, we'll put in the deep slates. So let's get kind of proof of concept. And more of you guys. I don't know what our light source block should be. Might be glowstone. We've done a lot of glowstone. No, it's maybe not everybody's favorite block. But I like it for the texture. I like it for the challenge of using it. It's a fun block. So we're basically gonna do, this is gonna be funky because it's in the floor right now, but woe is me. Always making things mildly harder for myself. So we're either gonna do it there, and then we're gonna put these guys in here like so. Or we're gonna do the copper grate thing that we've done here. And we're gonna do copper grating with the glowstone even deeper down in the floor. One of the two. But either way, we're gonna do these channels here in the ground that are gonna light the whole base area. I gotta figure out how we're lighting up here. This is specifically going to be the challenge. Figuring out how to light this portion of it. Don't want to glow. Like, I don't want to glow like in this. That's cheap. Easy. Which ostensibly I think means we have to figure out a way to light it from above. We can't really put a light on it. The fun adventures of my base has always been a challenge with hiding lighting. I also ultimately, I'm not 100% sure on the positioning. I think it might be better to move it. I'm not sure yet. Again, all work in progress. Could stay there, could be moved. I know the fountain's we're gonna take that out probably. A lot of different things, but I want to have this area. Oh my god, it's Mig. Hello, Mig. How are you? Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. Ugh, I saw that you were streaming earlier. How did it go? And of course, if you need to run, I understand. I know it's later for you than it is for me. Hi, just got my audio working. Well, hi, Mig. How are you? I was just saying hello, hi, thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. How was your stream? And of course, if you gotta run, I got you. It's later for you than it is for me. I got a couple seconds, but my bed is calling me. Understandable. I guess with only a couple seconds, I would ask you, Mig, how's the job hunt going? Any progress? I know we talked about the last time you were here. Fingers crossed for you that you got something. But yeah, we're working on this little monument type build here. Good, I may get a call from the GameStop tomorrow, and if not, I have an interview. Ah, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. I hope that you get one of those. Get a job, that'll be fun. Have some extra money to do stuff with. Not that the job, frankly, I don't think that the job's gonna be fun. Neither of those places work. The Office Depot looks likely. Gotcha. Yeah, having money do be nice, though. Shit, I didn't think about it. We're gonna have to join this corner here. Not a big move if we have to move the corner to match this side. I think it would be worth doing. We do still that. I'm just stalling with that one because it looks like a lot more than the two other places. Ah, okay. Well, I'm glad you're hearing back, though. At least from places and potentially getting something. But, like I said, if you need to get running to bed, I understand. Thanks again for the raid. I really appreciate it. And I hope you get some good rest. Put some torches down for now. We're not gonna finish this build today. But I really just wanted to get something kind of in the works going here. Oh shit, I missed. I guess we could put the torch there for now. Yeah, I should be off. See you later. Yeah, of course. Thanks, Mig. Have a great night. See, I wonder if we couldn't find a way to sneak a light into it. Somehow. Making it out of calcite doesn't give us options, unfortunately. It's not like calcite stairs. Much as we'd love that. We just have our calcite block boys here. Whoops. Back. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna find a way to hide a light inside of it. I think at best we could do something like lanterns, which could be kind of cool. I don't think that works. We could also do... No, I don't really want to do this. I also don't think they'd light the top. Do they actually light the top that way? Is that real? Oh, they do. Oh, how interesting. What's the lowest we can put the light? Have it still light? Will that hit? Oh, it does? Oh, interesting. Well, we've learned something today. At least I have. The light can actually be relatively low and still barely hit the top. So if we can build some ways to light it down here. The other thing that I could do actually is candles. Whereas I don't think that... What's it called? I think candles might actually work. Yeah, candles do make the statue busier, which I wanted to avoid. They might function at the base, though. Whoops. What's that one? Do they provide... What light do these things give off? Surely these are not going to give as much light. What is the... I actually just don't have a clue what the light level these things give off is. But it's gotta be lower. Depends on how many on the block. Okay. Oh, you're right. 4 of them will do it. Oh, but they don't make it. I think by a single block. No, by a couple blocks. They get us a lot of the way, though. Shockingly. Interesting, though, that the number it goes from 3 to 1 to 1. 4 candles is 12, lantern is 15. Okay. Yeah, they don't get us there, but this does give us the opportunity to, again, ponder the orb that maybe the way we light this is from the base. We need effectively the brightest light source we can at ground level, and will hit the top. 3 to 1 is because light level 2 is the air block above the light level 3 block. Every move is -1. Gotcha. I guess I was just surprised that we got 2 number 1s in a row there. But I guess I see that it happens here too. We get the 5s. We actually get 3 levels of 5. It's interesting. So if you put a block on top of that light level 3, it'll be a 2. Oh. I got you. Okay, I understand. See what's happening. So if we uniform them for this test right now. Put the strongest one on each one. Changes it a little. It raises the 5s up. It'll get us to 1s here, which would get us a little closer again, but it's still not going to get us to the top. Because I don't mind busying, like I said, the low level I actually don't mind busying a ton. So like, we really could go quite ballistic with candles down here. I wouldn't mind doing candles up to like this level too, but I know we can't because it's slab level. And I think here is maybe too much, putting them onto that level. Yeah. I think, would they do it from this level, though, actually? Out of curiosity. Again, we're not going to do this, but... yeah, they do. They make it from that level. Which is interesting. Again, very fun. Whoops. Missed again. A look we can't capture. Let me see if I can find this really quick. This is going to be difficult. To find. 1 second, friends. Whoops. This page is partially in Arabic, which is interesting. All right, time for Ox to get a shower before she falls asleep. Good luck, Ox. We're about to wrap things up here, too, with our one League of Legends game. But thank you for being here. Actually, if you have a minute to stick around, Ox, just to see the beginning of the game, there is something I wanted to show you. Close Minecraft. We're gonna jump really quickly. Let me launch League of Legends. Yeah, there's something fun I wanted to show you on the League game. Following, I guess, our standardish ritual, we're on the desktop. I have clicked League of Legends. Let's see how long it takes to open up. I will go stream info. We're gonna go here to League of Legends. Sorry to keep you for a second here. Well, I guess League of Legends is keeping you at this point. Come on, League of Legends. Just need you to work. Do your thing. Yeah. There we go. Cool. Right. As you know, it is Pride Month. Ooh, very fun, very exciting for us. And you can see we've got all the Pride stuff. Ooh, we got a new bundle. Let's go. New emotes. So, queue for our ARAM game. Get us going. But yeah, so it's Pride. And we finally get to enjoy what my icon actually does. It functions correctly for 1 month out of the year. I don't turn it off usually. Well, I don't take it off because I like it. My trans pride icon here. But I don't know if I've ever told you this, Ox, and you've definitely not seen it because I have not been streaming since. But that icon actually does something. We're gonna pick Nautilus. Hopefully somebody rolls something we want here. That would be cool. It didn't really happen. We could take... Oh, we got a dodge. That's annoying. We still didn't roll great. We will take the laser squid, though. Or Nami. Nami or the laser squid. Kinda depends on what my teammates swap to here. We'll have her Nami. Because I think this is kind of a decent... So we have magic damage, physical, 1 support. And I think that's not a bad setup at all for us. These will work. This will even work too in a funny way because Nami is actually one of the LGBTQ characters in the game. Nami is the pan character. One of them, anyway. I don't know actually if there are more than one. But alright, here we go, Ox. We're in game now. We get to see the fun adventures of what my icon actually does for us. And I don't know if you can see that trailing around behind me. What ended when I jumped through the cannon, but... Basically, all the Pride icons will cause you to have a rainbow trail of whichever Pride icon you have when you spawn. So we actually have a quite fun in-game thing that the Pride icons are doing for us. Oh, I didn't know what to look for. Pensive. Gotcha. We'll just go hard right here. We'll go crazy in a fight. They'll get us killed. Well, maybe we won't. We won that fight pretty well. Ow. But yeah, so again, creates this kind of really cool rainbow trail. Oh, I died. There we go. Alright, so it'll show up when I spawn back. Like a Nidalee Spear to the face. Lamau Eve tries to die and just ends up absolutely dominating the entire game. But yeah, you can see that.
Has been slain. Your ally has slain an enemy. Enemy double kill.
It was the cannon that canceled it.
Basically
one giant watery graveyard.
I thought it would last longer, but then as soon as I took the cannon ends it. So, but yeah. Anyway, that was all I wanted to show you. I just think they're fun. We get that for the whole month. Sad we don't get it for the whole year, but I understand. It does, like, mildly visual clutter the game. Yeah, so if you gotta get going, Ox, good luck with your shower. Thanks for being here. That was a kind of crazy play right there on our parts. The Lee Sin is also playing on the knife's edge. He managed to jump in against the enemy right there. And he kicked the Kindred out of her ultimate that says you can't die while you're in this. Which allowed me to ult her as soon as she flew out of it. So it was quite an entertaining play. We're gonna have trouble defending this. Ow! The Nidalee Spear's hurt. Alright. Lee Sin's going. He's going pretty nuts. Crazy player.
enemy double kill. Your ally has slain an enemy.
Oh god, I died.
Your ally's lost his innards. Your ally has slain an enemy.
We're going for a high AP build here just because it's fun. Is it good? I don't know. Is it funny? Yes. Oh, we kept our Pride Trail this time. We went through the cannon. I don't know what the... Truly, I do not know what the system is.
unslain.
This is a interesting spot we find ourselves in. Problem is, they got a lot of poke.
Enemies unstoppable.
It's mostly that they just have the one really good source of poke. Is the Nidalee. Tough game.
Enemy double kill. Enemy double kill. Your turret in splinters. Aced.
Tough game. But we'll keep trying our best.
Aced. Make 'em regret it. Your allies bloody 'em. Your allies ended that fest. Your ally has slain an enemy. Your ally shut down an enemy. Your ally has been slain.
Alright, we're working on it.
See if they learn their lesson.
Well, we got some stuff done right there.
Destroyed. Your ally has been slain.
We got their tower too. Ooh, that guy got deleted. I flashed away. Ow!
Your allies decorating the siege. Assure yours down.
Not gonna get back in time to try to defend this, but maybe, actually. Depends on what my team does here. I did make it in time. Ow.
Aced. The turret's been destroyed.
We're working on it. We're trying.
Inhibitors are lost. Fine meal for the sharks.
If you ever see her,
Slain an enemy.
Swim against the current. Ally has been slain. Your ally has slain an enemy. Ally has been slain. Waiting for the slaughter now.
Okay. Interesting, interesting. I try to kill this cannon over here, or the super minion. It does too much damage to our towers.
On the waves.
My team is not really trying to defend. There.
Your ally has slain an enemy. Your bait turning his coin. Your ally has slain an enemy.
There's a guy there. I didn't expect that.
Ally's lost his innards.
Tough game. Like I said, we're fighting pretty hard for it, but
Ally triple kill. Your ally has been slain.
oh, he connected that.
Has slain an enemy.
Right? Trying. At this point, I feel like my heals are pretty good.
Your ally has slain an enemy. brought an end. Your ally has slain an enemy.
Okay, that sucked.
Your ally has been slain. Your ally has been slain. Your ally has slain an enemy.
That Anivia wall being as long as it is really caught me by surprise right there.
Your ally has been slain. Aced. We are dead in the water. Your inhibitor's been destroyed. Slain an enemy. Your ally has slain an enemy. An enemy has been slain. Your ally has slain an enemy.
Flopping around.
Well, that was a mess. But I lived. I only got an ace for it. Alright, we got some good kills there. We're trying. We're making progress, maybe. Wow, we fought that back and we won. I'm shocked. That was a brutal game, but it really proves it. Sometimes you just keep trying, because absolutely rough game, but not Tim Hortons. Surely this is a Tim Hortons joke. But wow, we had such a difficult start to that game, but we kept fighting, we kept trying, and it worked out. I think that's one of those things that just people don't understand. That a lot of times you just you go for it. You play your best, and it works out sometimes. I play out a lot of difficult games. That's just because I think that the best way to learn how to make comebacks is to play games that you're losing. You have to try. If you surrender every game that you're starting to lose, you never get that practice in. You never really figure out how to come back from behind. And you then just start to rely on people throwing games for you to have any chance. So I think you do yourself a disservice sometimes. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and call it here, though. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Thanks for showing up. I know I was gone for a little bit, but I appreciate you all for being here. So I will catch you probably on Sunday. I think Sunday will be the next time we stream. I don't think we have a room for a surprise Friday, but yeah. Good night, Ox. Thanks for being here. And yeah, so I'll see you all on Sunday. It'll be a very exciting day. And yeah, have a great rest of your week. I'll see you later. Goodbye. Goodbye.